my. Hello, everybody. Hi, Matthias. The pillows. I have my set here, and Matthias just put the sheets here and the beds and covers because he's changing. Hello, everybody. Hi there. Okay, 1 second, please.
Very close this time.
Oh, nice.
Yes, very.
Yes. Okay, thanks. Yeah, there. Hello, everybody there. Hello, everybody in the chat, and everybody not in the chat as well. How are you? I hope everything is okay. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me well and everything? Let me know if at any point I disappear or something goes wrong. Yes, everybody says for now everything is okay. Well, thanks very much for joining me for this informal live. Informal live, which means that I don't have any specific topic or I don't have any specific news. I don't have anything specific to comment on. It just to say hello. I have a few points that I want to mention. Um, I will briefly discuss a future next video, which is about veganism and a certain other points, but it's nothing specific. So if you are here because you want to know if the Taigetans or Svarunians are back, no, they are not back in communication. So I have no news on that front, and no news about anything what's going on out there in space or anything like that. Informal life, but we'll go through some points, and I hope it still be of your interest. Okay, so having said that, let's open my points, because even though I don't have any specific topic, I still have points that I want to go through. Okay, well, first of all, I don't know if you know, some of you maybe know, some of you maybe didn't know. Matthias, Bongo, and I have moved to another location. We are in a different place now. We are still in the same country. We are in Finland, but we are in a different part of Finland. Robert stayed where we lived before, so he's there alone now, but he's doing okay. He's enjoying his life there. He actually didn't want to move here with us because we asked him if he wants to come as well, but he is okay where he is for now. Thank you very much, all the moderators in the chat as well. So that's that. We moved. I'm okay. I'm very nomadic. So for me, if someone is asking how am I adapting to the move, it's not really a big deal. It's just one of many moves that have happened in my life. So I'm adapting quite fine. I like to change locations and go to the new places and explore. I actually do not feel fine if I'm staying in one place for too much. So it's exciting. It's great. And now, why did we move? We moved because Matthias actually had to go to the school here. He didn't have to; he chose to. 2 years ago, he actually applied to that school already, and he was accepted. But he didn't go because he wanted to come live with me. So he abandoned his school and he came live with me. And now, 2 years later, he applied to that same school again. He was accepted. So this time he decided, okay, well, let's just try this. So we are here because of his school. It's a smaller town where we are, much smaller, but I like it. It's quiet, it's peaceful. It does have places where to take Bongo for long walks, exploring the area. So it's really cool. I publish some photos here and there on my Facebook sometimes, if you are interested. So that's that. Everything is good in that regard. Um, No, Robert Hivara, are you still in touch with the Tagetans? This is going to be one of the next points I will be talking about. But no, they haven't come in contact yet. Thank you very much, Bent. You're always inviting me for a cup of coffee here. Thank you very much for that. Thanks. Anyway, so that's that. The move. Bongo, if anybody's asking, that's my dog, our beagle dog. She's adjusting as well, very very well. Venus Matthias is my boyfriend, yes, and Bongo is our dog. Maybe she will join us here at some point. Depends on her. She's actually quite happy. She seems, some dogs have stress, so like they go through hard emotions and they don't like changes. But Bongo seems to be happy as long as she's with us. So she's quite okay. We take her on very long walks in the area, exploring everything. So everything is good there too. Okay, so that's that about our move. That was actually one of the reasons why I didn't make many videos in the last about a month ago or so, because we were moving. And also then, just when we were moving, Matthias and I got sick a little bit. We got a cold, and we were like, I was out for a week. I couldn't do anything. I didn't feel very well, more or less a week. Thank you very much, by the way, for all your support, especially in the Spanish channel, where everybody was giving me their advice and their support and sending hugs and energy. So thank you very much for that as well. Sylvia is asking what town in Finland. I don't really want to tell the town. I mean, I try to keep my location private. I don't know, for different reasons. So we are in Finland. That's all I can say, and we are in a different location than before. Now, generally, how do I feel? I feel okay. I feel okay. However, what I do feel is that I do not want to do interviews, for example. I don't know. I feel quite antisocial these days, and I have a lot of invitations for different shows, especially in English, but there are some in Spanish too, and I just say no to everybody, and that's not personal against anybody. And thank you very much for all these invitations. It's just that I do not. I don't know. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like talking much. I don't feel like exchanging ideas much. I feel I have not much to say. There's nothing new. I'm not in contact. So if anybody's asking about some, my thoughts and opinion about this and that, I do not have much to say on many of these like specific topics. So I feel like these last months I have been keeping more to myself and keeping my energy to myself. I'm a bit tired, to be honest, as well. It's been a long time doing these videos, and it's always in Spanish and in English. In Spanish, it's been longer than in English, so it's been quite draining to be making these videos all the time, and a lot of computer work and all that. So yes, I'm still animated, and I love doing my videos, and I will continue to make these videos. But I am also tired. I'm not going to deny that I'm tired, and maybe not wanting to do these interviews and shows. That's part of me recharging my energy a little bit, because each time I do the interviews or shows or something publicly, it takes my energy away for some reason. So, I mean, I also feel like, all these questions that will be asked, I already answered so many times that people who are already following us, they will know all my answers. So I feel like I have nothing more exciting to say. And like I said, and the new questions about new things, I don't have the answers to, because I'm not in contact now. Um, so that's that. Yes, Ocean Dell, it's important to prioritize your self-care. That's what I feel I'm doing right now. I'm still doing the videos, like but I'm doing the videos in the time when I feel I am full and I am, I'm excited to do it. Which, by the way, is almost all the time. That's every day I do work on videos all the time for hours, because I love it. But if I feel I'm already feeling a little drained and tired, I put it away. So anyway, so that's that. Also on that topic, Lou is saying, I mailed many French translations to Matthias to the email address you kindly gave me, but they are not yet uploaded. Should I stop? Uh, no, well, for now, maybe stop until he gives you okay, because he needs to review those and they need to be in a special format. So before you continue sending new ones, wait until he responds. I mean, he doesn't respond very, very fast because he's busy. He's working and he's going to school, and this is not his job, to be doing these uploads. Is just something that he's offering to do voluntarily on the side whenever he's free. But I do want him to have his school as priority. I even myself tell him, okay, put away the uploads, just do your school tasks, because I don't want him to fail. So you will for sure receive the answer if you send those translations. Okay, next question here I see. Gosia, do you feel like you space traveled prior to being sick and it was a symptom of it? I don't think I felt like I space traveled prior to being sick. I don't think so. It was actually we got a cold right after we moved, and people were telling me, well, because it's a move and it's a lot of stress. Maybe, but normally I don't feel stress when I'm moving, so I don't think it's that. But at the same time, we did have very few hours of sleep. For example, we were very exhausted physically because it was a lot of moving and transferring and packing and whatever. So we didn't have much sleep, and that lack of sleep and all that physical exhaustion, that makes you more vulnerable to getting a cold. So that's that. Um, Thank you very much, Robert, as well. Okay, so that's that about the move, about the interview spending. Um, when I feel a bit better and more out there, then I will resume those shows, those interviews, and maybe I'm saying that, oh, I have nothing new to say, that I'm repeating the same, but of course there are new people always coming, so maybe I should be thinking about those new people as well. However, whatever, I just don't feel like it. If I don't feel like doing something, I'm not going to do it. So I'm just resting from those public appearances and all that shows. And thank you very much, Mariam, as well. Even coming here today was a bit of an effort. I just felt like, maybe I should also kind of come out of my shell a little bit to see how it affects me energetically. And maybe it was like, it will inspire me actually to be more out there. And okay, I'm reading the chat as we go. So now let's go to the next point, which I have here, and that's about our Taigetan contact. Okay, maybe some of you are wondering, okay, are you back in communication? Well, no, we are not in a communication yet. I do believe it will return, but we cannot guarantee and know when. We can only speculate. Now, about the speculation about what's happening, why do I think that they are not communicating right now? Well, I think it could be a million different things here. And could be a million different things here, starting, for example, from one. It could have been something personal. Something personal could have happened on board. And as I know, there are always million personal things happening behind the scenes. Some of you who watched the video on infiltration back in June, then you get the scope of, and you get the idea of how much is always happening behind the scenes. So it could be something personal that simply prevents them from communicating, or just, they decided to shut the communication with the surface of the earth. For that reason, it had to be something drastic. Oh, there she is. Hey, Bungie. Bongo. Hey. Hey, you. Yes. You want to say hello? This is Bongo. She is a girl. Yes, Bongo, good doggy. Yes, you are. So that's one reason, something personal. personal. Then it could be something more official, something work related, something federation related, something, to do with their operations that they are always involved in. And they are always involved in so much behind the scenes, as I always say. And as I always say, there's so much behind the scenes that we cannot tell. And then there's so much behind the scenes that they cannot tell us. So we just have to respect that and go with the flow. And this is not the first time they actually stopped the communication. However, this is beginning to be a record, because the last time it was about 4 months. Now it's like almost like 4 or 5 months already. So it could be personal, it could be something serious related to the Federation, to the space stuff going on out there. Some people are asking if they are back in Taigeta. I never said, by the way, that they are not here. I'm always saying that they are not in communication, but I do believe they are around and they are close. It could be that they went to Taigeta for a while, or they are there now, whatever, but I don't think they went there back permanently. Even if they did go there for whatever reason, if they had to, um, do keep in mind that there is this temporal slip. So if we have here on Earth 5 months, for them that's 1 month. It used to be 4 months, but it's extending, actually expanding this a time gap between our worlds. So for us, 5 months, that's for them more or less 1 month or 1 month and a half. So that would add to the issue here as well. So remember that. Also, I am thinking Yaski and Svarus, Athena, Minerva, all the Svarus together, they would not. That's my experience with them. They would not just go back to Taigeta just like that and just forget about everything. And we're gonna go back to Taigeta and we're not gonna say anything. It's impossible, because they were so involved and so passionate and determined about being here, especially Yaski. I mean, I remember she even told us once that even if Taigetans go back one day, she will stay, and Athena probably too. In some way, she would still be connected with Earth and working, and this is one of the most, if not the important time in human history. So they wouldn't just go. It's impossible. And here I'm talking about especially Svarunians. So that's why I'm saying they are not back in Taigeta, just somewhere on the beach there, relaxing. It's impossible. Um, they are somewhere close. And there's just something that happened that made them decide that this is the way to go for now. Again, they could have gone to Taigeta for a while for whatever reason, but it's not permanent. Star Child is saying, I think things are wrapping up. Well, things are still in the process of being wrapped up or happening, or this is nowhere being the end of anything. What's going on in the world is just warming up for whatever is coming. So they would be here for that, and they are here for that. I am 100% sure. So this is just for all of you who think they just left. They didn't leave. 100%. Okay, so that's about the reasons why I think they are not in communication. Something personal, something official. Um, it could be a combination of both as well. Yes. Okay, so now the question is how I feel about not having the contact and communication. How am I doing? Because as you know, as I always put in the beginning of each video, we have been in a 5th year of contact almost daily, which, by the way, I'm thinking to remove that sentence there because it's not true anymore. Almost daily. Well, almost daily with breaks, I could say that. So, you know, and our communication, as I always say, is not just about talking about topics for the people, but most of the time it's a personal stuff. It's like a friendship. It's communication about personal stuff on a personal level. So we are friends with them, and because of that, um, it's a bit sad for us that we are not in this contact anymore right now. But now, before, In the first months of their absence, I felt okay because I trusted. Well, I still do feel okay, but there is a but right now. Okay, so Charlie say, I'm sure you suffer a lot. I would. Well, let me explain the extent of this suffering and if there is any suffering. In the beginning, I felt more okay because, well, I trusted and I still do. I respected and I still do their decision. I always do and I always will because as I always say, there's just so many things happening that we don't comprehend behind the scenes. This is a totally different reality, even though related with Earth and intertwined with Earth affairs. But it's still an extraterrestrial reality, and they deal with so much. And we just have to comprehend that sometimes we will not understand things, and we just have to accept it and go with the flow and this respect their decisions, trust their decisions. And I do. So in the beginning, I was more okay with that, and because of that, I also decided, okay, I'm going to focus on my videos because I always have so many videos. And before, when they were in contact, they were always giving new information. So I was always between new information and sharing what I have behind. Thank you very much, Cassandra. But when they were gone, I was thinking, okay, let me use this time and just share with you what I have accumulated. So I was focusing on that. But now it's been like almost 5 months, and I'm starting to feel a bit sad. And I can speak here for Robert as well. A bit sad because, well, different reasons. First of all, like I said, they're our friends, and we would like to know if they're okay, what they are thinking, what they are feeling, what's happening. We worry about their safety because there's always stuff going on there that is dangerous. So we just would like to know. If you are close with someone and then this someone disappears, you would like to know why, if they're okay, they're fine. But I still do believe that the reason, the fact that they haven't even said that they're okay, um, that reason is valid, and I respect that reason, even though it makes me sad. So that's one reason why I'm sad. And you know, I was thinking about what to say about this before this live, and I am not sad about that the flow of knowledge is stopped, given to the people. I believe that's not the reason. I even believe that there's so much given already, that they gave so much, that it's even better for them, for their health, to to take a break from that, because it was very draining for them to be online all the time and pass all this information. So it's good for them to have this break. This is not my sadness. It's not about that the people will not have more information. Come on, this would be selfish of me to say that. They have to take care of themselves and take care of their health as well. um so it's not about that. It's just about, like I said, about knowing if they're okay, continuation of our friendship. Although, as we always say, um, you have to be prepared for anything with this type of experience. Anything can happen at any moment. And you have to be mentally prepared for changes and adapt yourself quickly to whatever might come up. So even if you might have a plan or something with them, something, whatever, brewing there. Thank you very much, CPS. If you need to be prepared fast to adapt to something else, to something new, and go on. Um, yes. So yes, so I'm a bit sad, I'm a bit worried. um I would like to know a little bit about them. And it wouldn't have to be much, and they wouldn't have to be back in communication frequently. If it's just few words or whatever to understand, it would help. But like I said, I continue to have full faith in this, and in a trust in their decisions. I know they're always facing so many difficult decisions. If this had to be, and we need to continue here with our work and with our lives. And here also is something that I was explaining in the Spanish channel before yesterday. And if Taigetans are watching, I would like you to understand this fully, because it's like a fine line here between showing them that we care, that we miss them, that we are not indifferent, and showing them that we are strong enough to continue, that we're not too dependent on this. Because when they first disappeared for 4 months, me and Robert continued to make videos, and we were cheerful in the videos, high frequency and all that, excited. And then they came back and they told us, one of them told us, well, we were like watching your reaction, and it seemed like you were not affected by our present, by our absence. So like you were indifferent, like you didn't care. And we were like, no, 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 that's not what happened. It's just that we have to, I mean, we cannot fall into some kind of a depression. We cannot like, fall into some kind of a negative spiral and show to them that we are so dependent on them. We need to be strong and continue our lives here. And we had to show them that we knew that at any point, anything can happen. So we wanted to show them that they can depend on our strengths, uh, for our and on our flexibility to adapt. It's not that we didn't care. It's not that we didn't feel sad or we were indifferent. So it's the same situation here. It's like a dilemma. How much of a sadness I should show, and how much of strength I should show. Because if I show too much sadness, if I allow myself to feel too sad, this is going to be like, they will see, okay, well, the humans get very dependent on our contact, and it may cause even like additional emotional pressure on them, and they don't like that. I mean, who likes that? So imagine they are in some kind of a difficult situation right now. They cannot come and talk to us, and here, Gosia is crying, and I'm sad, I miss you. It's going to make them feel even worse, like a pressure. So I cannot allow myself to do that, Bongish. But at the same time, I want to show them that I am sad enough, so they see they care. I care. So it's a dilemma, no, here, and I know they always analyze everything. You think I'm rambling and this is not important, but actually they do analyze everything, and they analyze these things, and they analyze the reactions and emotional reactions, everything. So I just want them to know that we do feel sad, we miss them, but at the same time we feel strong and to continue, and that they can have faith in our loyalty to them and our firmness to maintain our fort here, and that we are ready for them to come back at any point in any way. It doesn't have to be through chat. I don't know. Maybe there's something new brewing in the horizon in that sense. So it's that. Any questions maybe at this point? If I can see some interesting questions. So anyway, yeah, someone was saying that they would be suffering. I don't think it's not a suffering. I wouldn't call it that way. I miss them. I would like them to come back. I'm sad and all that. I'm worried, but it's not suffering. I don't think, because something in me trusts them very deeply and trust in whatever needs to be happening, even if it means lack of contact. So that faith in that makes me not suffer really. I feel quite centered there, in that sense. However, I do feel tired, like I said in the beginning, and I do worry and all that. But we are doing our best. And what else? I don't know any answers to these questions. You were asking me some specific things. Maybe they will connect telepathically with the next contact. Well, see, that's the thing. They were always very strong about this on this point. They do not channel with the people, and that they are not interested in that kind of communication. And if anybody meets them somewhere there in the astral or in their dreams, it's something that just might happen. Okay, but it's not like they are going out of their way to meet someone specifically. Um, Someone asked me in the Spanish channel if I would be open to the mental communication with them and would I receive that kind of communication. I think that I'm too conditioned not to trust myself with that. For some reason, I'm just so conditioned to have this written direct communication that I wouldn't believe myself if even if I felt I have feels if I even if I felt some sort of a message coming in. I know what I'm saying maybe is wrong, and I shouldn't close the door this way on myself and limit myself this way. It's just that it would have to be something. It would have to be something very sure. I would have to be super sure that it's really a message from them, because I know that our minds can be interfered with when receiving messages and all that. And especially now in their absence, there could be all kinds of entities trying to take advantage of the situation and throw thoughts and ideas into people's heads, disguising as Taigetans. And this is happening already, especially in the Spanish channel. There is this lady in the Spanish channel who claims very strongly, and she's already gathering following, that she has messages from Aneka, from Svaru, Dorkalel, I think, and that she has messages for us, that we need to talk to her because there are messages for us. And we know that's not how it works. We know that's not how they would send us messages through third parties if they really wanted to. They have the ways to reach us if there was a necessity to reach us. So no. How many topics left do you have for the publication? What will you do after you have released them all? Okay, so that's the plan. I have many still to publish. I don't know how many, because each time I try to count, for some reason, then the numbers get scrambled and I have a different number in the future. I don't know how it happens. But I don't know how many, more or less. I can shoot a number, maybe around 30 or something like that. I don't know, because it depends how I divide the conversations. I have to go through transcripts. So what I will do when I finish all those, then I will actually, I'm thinking to publish the videos that the Pleiadian Knowledge Girls published in Spanish that were never translated into English, because it's Aneka information, some Yaski information, and it belongs to Taigetans. It's their knowledge. So I don't want to waste that knowledge, that information. So maybe I'll edit those in some way and share that, because there was a lot there as well. So there's still a lot of work ahead. And then what I'm thinking to do when I finish all that, if they don't come back before that, then I'm going to actually read every single conversation that we had from the beginning and see what I can still share from that, because I'm pretty sure that I missed a lot. And maybe especially in the first year, maybe there's some details there and conversations that are super interesting that never got shared. So I'll do that. And what else? And then, there's just so many concepts in those videos and so much information that I even myself forgot, that it would be good to even like go back and review some of these concepts and maybe enrich them with some new, ideas and new angles. And actually, this is something that I have been encouraged to do, to go more inside. And this is what I think a good advice for everybody, to use this time to go more inside and to try to reconnect with our own knowledge that we carry inside, because we all do have things that we could share and express if we connect with ourselves and and reach within for that information. So I want to try to do that more, not be so dependent here only on them, but also uh, try to connect with myself, with my own higher self, with my own source of information, and see what comes out. Let it flow out. And I think this is something that we should all be doing, because sometimes I feel like a lot of people are so dependent, or we're so dependent on what the Taigetans or Svarus used to say about this. Like, even between me and Matthias, we have this joke. Like, for example, I have a question about something, and he would say, "Okay, ask Yaski," or I'm contemplating something in my head, and I'm expressing that to him, and he would say, "Well, ask Yaski." No, no. Like, why do I have to? Even though, of course, it's amazing source of information, Yaski and them, and it's always super inspiring and expanding. But why do we always have to like put ourselves away and just wait for them to say something on certain topics? I think that's not the way to go here, and this is not what they are actually trying to teach us. They are trying to empower us to start questioning, to start thinking our own, and reach within for that knowledge that we all have. So this is, I think, the time for that. After I finish everything and they are still not in contact, that's what I will be doing. I will spend time with myself and let's see what comes out. Because, I mean, all of you are star people. We are all stellar beings and we all have that inside. So I just need to reach there inside and get that stuff out somehow, let it flow out. And this goes back to the topic of memories. And some people have asked me if I actually received any memories back, because a few videos ago, I made this declaration to the Taigetan Immersion Pod team that I need my memory settings erased or changed, that I'm ready to remember more. And people were asking me, do I actually remember more? And my answer is no, I do not remember anything specific. However, here two things need to happen. First, the Taigetan immersion team, they need to know about my declaration. So they will have to see the video first, and I don't know if they did. And second of all, I think it was also said by someone I respect in our circle here that it doesn't really work that way, that I'm just going to continue my life, do some random stuff, and then suddenly the immersion pod team will change my settings and I'm going to just, wow, wake up an explosion of memories in my head. I think this is going to happen more through my own inner activation of these memories, meditation, and inner work, working with yourself and working on pulling those memories out of yourself, feeling the emotions, and then seeing what you see there inside, and spending time with yourself, because those memories are coming out of yourself. So you need to spend time with yourself to see them, to generate them, to activate them. And honestly, I haven't been doing much of that. Truly, I haven't been doing much of that, meditation and all that, um, because I just wanted all my time to go on videos. I always felt, oh, when I am like out of here one day or someday in the future when I have nothing to publish, then I will meditate, then I will work on myself. But I might start doing that as well, especially now. Well, Charlie Kennedy, yes, try to connect with yourself. I do connect like with myself, but not always in that meditative state. I do it like, for example, taking a walk in nature somewhere or listening to music. Music, very important. But I feel I need to go into deep meditative state, something different than just that through music, for example. Yes. Okay. Seventh Thunder Solar. Start meditate, Gosia. I will. Well, I will. I will. Actually, I do meditate here and there, but I still want to meditate more. Okay. Question from Inquisitive. Have any other human contactees with the Taigetans contacted you or Robert? Do you mean recently or generally? We have been in touch with some contactees before, yes, here and there, but not much because we are very like antisocial. Like I don't speak to anybody, so we don't have communication with a lot of people, period, whether they are contactees or not. I do talk to Dale Harder, and he was in contact with the Taigetans. But in general, I keep to myself and I do not talk to people. So no, I haven't been in touch with them, with those contactees. Mm. Oh, okay. So now let's continue with the next point. I don't know how you guys feel about, this whole idea about saving food and all that, you know, preparing for that financial resets and all that situation. Um, to be honest, I know maybe it's not responsible, but I haven't saved anything. Um, maybe I have saved two packs of tuna cans that I just bought recently, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to save it for the black hour. But for some reason, I haven't had that pull to be doing that. However, why am I mentioning this? Because I think it would be maybe wise to do that. Why am I saying this? Because again, that person that we respect in our circle, there is someone there, has mentioned that as an advice. So I don't know what's going to happen in the future. She said that things might get worse before they get better. So for that reason, maybe it will be good for you to save some food, and it's food, so it's not gonna go bad. Um, yeah, I'm reading the comments. Okay, okay. The amazing Fuzzy says we did save some canned food and dehydrated food. Yeah, that's a good idea, I think. Yeah, Shannon Richard says, I haven't saved either. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. Ah, save food, but save water. Water above all. I don't have space to save water. That would have to be a lot of water to be saved. I think it's better to save food for the peace of mind at least. Mark says, yeah, just in case. It's not like you are now, preparing for the worst, or you are like imagining that this is going to happen. It's not fear. It's just in case. Who cares? It's just cans, and like I'm saying, it's food. You want to use it anyway in the future. It's not going to go wasted. So do it. Okay. Well, the next topic I would like to mention. Let's go to the next topic. Is veganism, and that's the next video I'm going to make. Now, interesting question. Create the imaginable. Do you think you switched to a different timeline and that is why you lost contact? That is completely possible. And I'm saying this because stuff like that, strange metaphysical stuff with timelines, did happen here and there during our years of contact. And I know things are possible. So I don't know. I might throw this into the possible into the menu of possible scenarios here. Yes. Okay. So the veganism. The next topic, the next video I'm making is about veganism, and I'm warning you already that this video will not be liked by many of you, especially those, of course, who are vegetarian and vegans. Because in this video, yes, it will be explained actually that even though Svaru 9 in the beginning, she did mention that we shouldn't eat meat and we shouldn't eat anything with the eyes and with the heart. Since that time, actually, and something we never shared, and I'll explain why we never shared that. Since that time, and soon after actually that video, they made a study that lasted a few months, and it was study on food and humans and vegetarian and vegan diet. And they actually have discovered new data, new information came out during that study and analysis. And actually, the conclusion was that the human 3D body uh, does need um, ingredients and meat products. And they are vegans up there, Taygetians, but they are different race. Even though they are still Illyrians and Illyrians out there, they are all vegans. We are a different version of the Illyrian right now. It's going to be explained in the video. And the reason why we never shared that video yet, even though some people will ask why, I'm asking myself why, actually, myself. Um, but it's because when they first came out with this information, it was very like random conversations. They, Svaru and Neka, also Naishara, participated in those conversations, and they told us this is what we found, this is the new information, and 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 that's that. But we have a complete study to share with you. And then there was another conversation with more data, but it was still kind of random, and it was not a full, complete, sharing of all the data. So it was very much on a personal level, those conversations, and we were always postponing it with them because we were like, okay, well, let's gather all the information and let's decide from which angle we want to approach this because it's so controversial and it's going to touch many people. So let's decide what angle we want to approach this. Let's gather all the information and then we can decide to share this. And if it's even worth sharing, because Varu was even wondering, is it worth stirring the pot because of the diet? Because she knew that a lot of people will be angry and a lot of people will leave. So we were like, okay, is it worth losing all these people who might benefit from other spiritual information, losing those people over the meat subject? So we were not sure about that, and we were always discussing back and forth. Is it the right time? Should we not? Do we have all the information? And we never got the full picture. Actually, we never got the full analysis. We never got the full information. But going through the transcripts and the information I do have on this topic, I see that there is enough there to be shared and for that topic to be understood. So that's why I decided, okay, I think we should share this now. It's important. And another reason why we didn't share it is because, like I said, there's so many angles here this could be approached from, because there is a health element, just purely health element. Is it healthy to be vegan? And then there is animals an element, because just because they are saying that we need animal products, it doesn't mean that they support animal abuse, which is a very delicate subject for them as well, because they love animals, they are vegans. So it's like, how do we approach this so we don't come off as though we support the animal abuse, because we don't. So that's the angle. And then there's all these different agendas, Kabbal's agendas angle, because they're explaining that the veganism is a part of the agenda 21 because this information was given before 21, like between 2019 2020, long ago. So this is just a part of this whole agenda. And they're explaining that humans always see each of these individual agendas, like chemtrails, papayas, veganism, whatever, as separate things. They're all like separate agendas. And they don't understand that they all form one big agenda that has one goal in mind here. And this is to the population of Earth. I don't want to use those delicate words. So this is what's going to be explained in this video, among other things. It's not just about the veganism in this video mainly, but also about the diet in general, different ideas and advice on the topic of diet and nutrition, what's good for humans according to their studies. So, and then Svaru 9 died. No, in 2020 she left. Her spirit, her body left, and the topic kind of like it was postponed, it just died off. That topic, we went on a separate shelf, and we never kind of went back to it. But I decided to do it now with Robert, because I see many new people coming in, and they see that video, how to raise the frequency, which was given by Svarova. And in that video, she mentions not eating meat. So I felt like I'm tired of explaining all the time to each one of these people, well, wait a second, this is old information. Actually, you should eat what you feel you need. So that's why this video will come out. And I'm preparing you that it's going to be probably controversial for those who are not eating meat. Um, uh, I was actually very angry. It might make you angry as well, because first when we heard this, I was super angry in the conversation. Robert was more laid back. He was just observing what's going on, but I was like super passionate about defending actually the animals and the vegetarian diet. I was not a vegan. I was a vegetarian sort of, but I was defending it strongly, and I was like, no way, I'm not going to eat meat. I don't care what you say. I'm not going to eat meat. If you say it's good for me, well, then I'm sacrificing myself and my health, but I'm not going to support those industries. This is for my ethical reasons, for principles. I'm not going to eat meat. And to be honest, and until now, if I eat meat, it's very, very rarely, because there's still some kind of like a mental, emotional rejection for that. Uh, yeah, about that. So I will understand totally if you feel like I did, and if you feel angry if you are vegetarian or a vegan. But just try to keep an open mind, and watch the whole video, see what they have to say, and remember that this is not imposing in any way. And the best proof of what I'm saying, that they are not imposing this on, that we are not imposing this, is that we never shared this until now, and it wasn't a big deal for them that we didn't. I mean, this was given, like the conversations happened between 2019 and 20, and even though they did want this out in some way, they were not pressing us, or there was not like a pressing method. You have to share this, like, go and share it. No, they are never like that. So they just offer the information. This is what we found, and we believe that it's important for people to know. But it's up to you, what you do with this, and it's up to the people what they do with this. And it's the same with us. We're not imposing with this view, because we never shared this until now. So I'm just going to give you this as, information on the table. You decide what you want to do with this, because there's going to be a lot of opinions about this subject. Let me just tell you that. It's going to be a long video. Oh, Jean-Claude, hello very much. Hello. It's not very much. Hello. Hello. Jean-Claude, for example, is one of the people that just recently offered to do the show together. Thank you very much for the invitation, GC. But like I was saying in the beginning, I don't know if you heard me in the beginning, I was explaining that I feel a bit tired, and I'm pulling away a little bit from the interviews and doing shows and all that. So the explanation about that is in the beginning. But thank you very much for the invitation and for being here. So going back to the veganism, yes. What I was saying that okay, about the veganism, that you will be angry, we have an open mind, we are not imposing. That's what I said. It's going to be a long video, about 1 hour and 15 minutes, and it's going to be like a random mix of conversations. My Shara will be there present, Aneka and Svaru9 and Robert. Mix of conversations. I'm going to share with you everything that we have on this subject, I think. Now, someone is asking, what was the last conversation with the T team? How did your communication ended? Well, that's the thing. It ended in such a strange way, meaning that it was just a normal conversation like every day. Athena was talking about, I don't remember what we were talking about exactly, but I do remember that we said, okay, until tomorrow, see you tomorrow. Actually, we were talking about how tired we are, both of us, in a way. But I don't think that's the reason why they stopped. And we just said, okay, see you tomorrow. Let me just go. I have a transcript right here with that last conversation. Let me see what we were talking about. But it was with Athena Svaro and um. mhm. One second. Oh, she was actually working on the CGI of Toleka ship, and she was sharing a part of her work. She was very like happy and very focused on doing that. And she didn't finish that. So hmm, she was talking about Aneka, about her health, that she was stable. Um, we're talking about Anu, Zeus, Jupiter, Odin, and all that. All these different characters. I was actually asking her to do the topic on ancient Greece because she was mentioning how actually in that ancient Greece, all those myths, and characters, that's actually them, that Taygetans. And I don't know if other races were involved there. And I was asking her if we could talk about that, and she said yes. And that's it. And then we talked about some random things, and we said, "Hello, bye, see you tomorrow. Talk to you tomorrow," and that was that. Hello, Bongi. Okay. She likes to sit on top of me here. Okay. So that's the topic on veganism. Okay, that's gonna come next. Let me just give you. Let me just give. Oh, I'm gonna read you some questions actually that will be in that video. Some questions that I'm asking. Like for example, I'm asking about how do you explain, Svaro, that there are so many healthy vegans and vegetarians? How can you explain that? And eating meat, does it lower the frequency or not? And that what about the fact that by eating meat we are giving permission to be eaten by the reptiles and all that? Another question I had is why is it discovered just now, and why was it not studied in the 18th century or something? Like why did it come out just now? And to what degree is the diet important to keep the frequency high? And what type of meats are healthier than others, etc. Robert is asking about prana. Can we live on prana? Um, and things like that. The reptiles will be mentioned, Lyrians, and other tips on nutrition in general. So it's going to be very interesting, I think, for everybody. Okay, now I don't have more points really to discuss with you. In a month or so, Matthias and I think, will be going to Poland for a week. So we'll be there for a week. So I don't think I'll be making videos in that time to visit my mom. But it's just it's another month from now. Bono, where does Gosia read these questions from? Not from here? Do you have to pass them to her? No, I'm reading from the chat. I see you. I see you asking questions here. So, see, you're asking this question, but I don't know. I don't have any opinion about this. I don't talk about other people really. I don't know. Shane Morrison, do you think there has been a change of target and focus to something else? Well, they had to be. Also, remember that their focus as a team in general was never really on this. This was mainly Svaru's work, Aneka's, and maybe Dorkalel sometimes here and there. Some people were involved here and there, but our project is mainly Svarunian project and Aneka's project, and other Tegetans were focused always on other things. Uh, so yeah, but yeah. Hello, Barbara. Thank you very much. Hello from Sweden. I recently found your channel and it's very informative. I know it is very informative. Yes, that's what I said, that even if we do not continue with more information, I think people already have so much to for their lives. There's so much there. Ginny, thank you very much. Your hair look incredible. Does it? Sebastian, meeting in Poland. Well, I'm not planning on having any meeting in Poland. Like I told you, I'm keeping to myself these days, quite antisocial, and we are going there just to eat Polish food, which I love very much. I want to show Matthias Polish food, spend some time with my mom, and that's that pretty much. So, well, since people were commenting on my hair, I didn't do anything well special. It's just that I put uh, darker streaks. They are called lowlights in English. So I didn't really change the overall color. It's just that I added some darker streaks, and that's why that's the effect. Oh, I wonder why it's so blurry now. I don't know. Bungie, why is it blurry? Can you help me? I don't understand. Okay, yes, good. Do you still feel protected by them? Yeah, I feel the same. Oh, it's blurring again. I feel the same as always. Bungie, why is it blurry? One second. Let's try not to move now, Bongo. Yeah, I feel the same as always. Yeah, I felt watched over by them in some ways. Yes, I still do. Yeah, I think I still do. Yes. Blurry Bongo is still cute. Bongo looks like part tiger. Stripes. I love her stripes. So anyway, after the veganism, I'm just gonna make this video on veganism, and that's that. There's going to be no more discussions about the topic there. You'll probably be discussing this among yourselves. After that, I'm going to make. I have 2 videos in the planning. Well, 3. That one of them is going to be about galaxies. Yaski and I think Anneka will be talking about galaxies. How how things are going on there. And actually, Yaski will talk about how actually we are right now going through the galaxy clash, but it's happening so slow that we have no way of knowing that this is happening. Like the galaxies are actually eating each other up. And this is how they expand. This is how they reproduce. So she will talk about that. I don't know why this is blurry. And then another video, I do have a short video on autism. That's from Robert's channel that was given long time ago. A short translation of that video. And thank you very much, Lavish. About Mohammed, I think they did mention that he was real. Yes, but I don't know much more about that. He was a real person. But I do not remember. And about the messages, if they were corrupt, I don't remember either. And then the next video will be about time working in reverse and world in reverse. I know that some time ago I was talking about that. She was mentioning to us, to me, that there is this world operating reverse in the universe somewhere out there. And one of Svarus found that world, and she actually died when she was trying to get out of there. So I'm going to share that conversation about that reverse world, and also time working in reverse. So, for example, I know it's going to be crazy metaphysical concepts, like, for example, the fact that what you are experiencing right now is the effect of something happening in the future. So it's crazy. It's like time working in cycles, and what you see now being a result of something in the future, not the future being the result of the now. So super, super interesting as well. Yes, she's trying to make a nest. She always does that. But that's pretty much it. If I don't see any more questions, then I'm just gonna say goodbye. Carlos, hello, Carlos. Could you please make a video compiling the presence of the Svarus in our history? Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe to do that at some point. Yes, maybe. Yes. See, Gosia, will you publish the chat about vampires and the Black Eyes children? Yes, it's on the list too. It's on the list about the vampires. They are real, by the way. And yes, I know, crazy. Not exactly real in a way like we are used to them. You know, those hot-looking vampires as presented by the Hollywood. Not exactly that, but yes, I have that in line as well. No, Leon Perry, have you communicated with the alternate Svaru 9, Tina's mother? We were supposed to, and we never did. Au revoir, Jean-Claude. Rest and capture as many moments of joy as you can. Yes, thank you very much for being here. I'll be in touch with you whenever I feel better to embrace people. Okay, thank you very much for being here. I don't know, Lavish, which video has Muhammad was mentioned. You have to just type it in the svaru.org transcript section, word search, and maybe he will come up. I don't remember where he was mentioned. Brooke to himself, do they have photographic memories or do they forget things? They definitely have a better memory than us. This is something I actually noticed in that first, and I noticed in that girl that we met physically. We met this one Tagetan girl, and physically, yes, here on Earth, and she had amazing memory. Also, I remember that Aneka remembered clothes I was wearing years ago. Like, for example, I made a video a few months ago about a video, doesn't matter, and she was mentioning, oh, you were wearing the same sweater that you were wearing back in Nevada 2 years ago. Like, she just remember, I didn't remember what I was wearing back in Nevada 2 years ago. So yes, they definitely do forget things, but they have much better memory than ours. If I'm not answering questions because I don't know the answer or because it's too complicated maybe to answer, too many questions that could all be one specific topic. So anyway, where is Varu 9 now? We don't know. We don't know anything. We don't know where they are. Can we see photos of animals on Taygeta? No, because we don't even have photos of animals on Taygeta. They never really shared anything from their planet. It's not allowed, right? Okay, well, I think that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Lavish, can we marry Pleiadians? First, they don't have marriage, um, so no, they don't have that kind of institution. Um, and also, which Pleiadian are you interested in marrying? There are so many kinds. They all look in different ways. I don't have anything about Islam. Actually, to be honest, in my list, No More Sadness is asking, can you please make a video on Islam? I have nothing on Islam. Well, nothing like specifically on Islam. It was mentioned that it's part of the three-horned beast, so to speak, or controlled institutions. Yes, Adelita, we are worried about them, and we did talk about this. I did talk about this in the beginning of this live. So if you want to rewind, I am addressing it there. Thank you very much. I don't want to extend it. You have just so many questions and so many questions I don't have the answers to, or each question would be like a half an hour contemplation. And many things have been mentioned before, like, for example, what do the crew think about the solar flash? All of you who follow this channel know that Aneka has expressed herself so many times about the solar flash, and she's explaining how they are all a natural thing and nothing to worry about, nothing dramatic. It's just more fear, and they're always there, solar flashes, and part of natural cycles. Anyway, again, go to the website Solar Flash and you can find transcripts on that topic. Thank you very much for being here. I'll see you soon for the video about veganism. Just don't get too angry. I know we're going to lose a lot of people, but well, I think it's worth it. It needs to be shared. Bye-bye, everybody. Be well. Have a good night. Thank you, everybody in the chat and all the moderators for doing your work there. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Oceandale and Kupuri, Happy Girl, C, Agencja Kosmiczna. Do widzenia. Bye-bye.